In a small town in Korea, there lived a woman named Jiwon. Beautiful, intelligent, and kind-hearted. She was adored by everyone who knew her. But beneath her sweet facade, a storm raged, a storm that would ultimately claim the lives of over 50 men. It began many years ago when Jiwon was just a teenager. Her father, a wealthy businessman, was wrongfully accused of embezzlement by a powerful politician. He was sentenced to death, and the family name was ruined. But as Jiwon watched her father slowly deteriorate in prison, she realized something chilling. Revenge was the only thing that could heal her soul. For years, Jiwon meticulously planned her retribution. She worked her way into the lives of her father's enemies, gathering information, gaining trust, and hiding her true identity. She used her beauty and charm to deceive them, making them believe she was a helpless girl seeking comfort after her father's death. But Jiwon had an insidious plan. One by one, she killed them all. Each murder was like a symphony, perfectly orchestrated. Some were poisoned, others stabbed. A few even found in accidents that seemed too odd to be true. The bodies piled up, each death a step closer to her ultimate goal. But the twist came when Jiwon's final victim was revealed. The last man on her list was the politician who had caused her father's downfall. She tracked him down to a lavish mansion, where he was alone, unaware of her impending arrival. However, as she stood over him, ready to strike, she whispered, "You were always the one who took everything from us. My father, my life, everything." The politician looked up at her, a smug smile playing on his lips. "You think this is all about your father? You've been part of the game too, didn't you know?" Jiwon froze. "You see," he continued, his voice dripping with malice, "the man who ruined your father's life was never truly him. It was your mother. She worked with me from the beginning. It was all a game. Your father was expendable, and so were you." Jiwon's heart raced. The woman who had raised her, who had been her pillar, was the true architect of her father's fall. She had been playing Jiwon all along. The twist of fate was cruel. The true murderer was the one person Jiwon had never suspected. Her final act of revenge, the thing that had consumed her every waking thought, had all been for nothing. In the end, Jiwon stood in silence, looking at the man who had been the last piece of her puzzle. She had spent years of her life hunting down ghosts, only to realize that the monster was the one she had trusted most. Jiwon's mind broke that night, as the weight of her entire life, her revenge, her family's betrayal crashed upon her. The one thing she had sought to destroy had instead destroyed her. The authorities never found out who killed the politician. But those who knew Jiwon would remember the woman whose quest for revenge became her own undoing, and the twist. It was never the men who had to pay for her father's death, it was Jiwon herself.